10 years ago, anyone could learn one of those dances. Now it's like you have to be a dancer to do most.
Like a top tier dancer.
No, it's pretty advanced stuff now.
Yeah, I like the dance on the bouncy music video.
Thanks, man.
I was doing some research. I was like, this is pretty sick. This is pretty, what is that your favorite song? Like out of your whole catalog? Like what's your?
That one has a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Just because it's such a fun one. You know, and the same thing. Like just like the making of that song was just such good vibes, and everyone's just messing around.
Tell me more about the making of the song.
I can't really do that.
Okay.
So there's some of the companies don't want me talking about what's done behind the scenes in too
Okay.
much detail, and
Okay.
so most and some are super chill with it. But
Yeah.
with them in particular, especially at this phase of the career, I like certain names are there, certain names aren't, and
Okay.
and no one wants to be like, oh, this member is more involved, so we should like them more, and I get it.
I see. So are you referring to the making of the music video then?
Oh no! So the song itself, the music video. This is before I moved here. So this is right before I moved to Korea. Was with Bouncy. So I came to Korea to make the song.
Okay.
But then the music video that was done when I went back to Sweden.
Okay.
And but the thing that was really crazy with that one was, and the one thing I will say about it was, the actual members of the band were there when we made the song.
Yeah.
And that was.
So you were producing in studio.
Yeah, with them.
Okay.
So gosh, I mean, we were a whole army of people in the studio that day. It was awesome. It was magical. Just so much energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then when I'd say with the choreo and the impact that song had, that one did something that I didn't expect it to do, and in terms of reach into the West and how it broke that band in particular. Like AT's becoming, I'd say, I mean, at least one of the top 3 bands in America now is just. I think that song is what brought them over there to an extent, which is wild because there's almost no English in it.
Yeah.
But before that song, I think they were growing. But
Yeah.
just seeing how that resonated, and it converted so many people from casual listeners to diehard fans, and I didn't expect that song to do that, and just seeing that happen in real time was crazy.
Yeah. What label are they under?
So this is what's also special about them. They're not part of any of the majors. They're a small indie label called KQ. They're the only one to top the Billboard 200 charts, not being one of the majors. So, that's like. I mean, I don't know how they did it. It's really I'd say their magic has been just good vibes, and that's gotten them so far.
Yeah.
They're one of the exceptions to that rule I was talking about earlier with the
Interesting.
super hardcore strictness, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So what are some of your other? I mean, that's one of your special ones. What are some of the other ones that you really enjoyed?
And another one, and I don't talk about this one nearly enough. I've noticed looking back at my content, but
Yeah.
Loser
Here's your opportunity, man.
right? Loser Lover by TXT is one that also is a special one for me, and. Because I grew up as a rock guy, right? I always listened to rock, and that had so many rock elements in it, right? It's all guitars all the way, live drums, and somehow that worked as a K-pop song, and became a major hit in K-pop, even though it's rock all the way. And when I'm not doing K-pop music, I'm making rock. And so the fact that I got to do a rock song that became a hit within K-pop was. That was such a special moment as well. And with that one, the other thing that I think is hilarious, in that era of TXT, what they would do at the end of every video was destroy a Volvo. And in some way, I'm just like, is this an inside joke? Are you guys trying to say something? But they kept blowing up Volvos back then. And so at the end of that video, kaboom, another Volvo. I'm like, all right, guys, I get you. I see what you're doing. Thanks.
Blow up, Alex.
And the funny thing is, it's the exact same model of Volvo that my parents had back then. This I didn't drive, but so I'm just like, that is our car. Same color, same everything.
They knew.
knew. I'm like, how do they know?
Yeah.
So
That's cool. I mean, it could be a metaphor to say we're blowing up Alex in his career. This he's blowing up. He's gonna be regarded as one of the best, not only K-pop producers but just producers ever.
I'll take it.
It could be a sign of things to come.
Just don't blow up my actual Volvo, please.
Or Alex.
Or me, yes. If you are going to do it, make sure I'm not in the car.
We need more big hits. So again, if it's not, then those two, I specifically have a list of some of your that you've mentioned some of your favorites, Super M, Tiger Inside,
yeah.
Fantasy Boys, and Hype and Sacrifice,
Yeah.
Team Dash, Blessed Curse, Fever. Amongst those or any others, what are some of your other?
I mean, the Tiger Inside is a special one because that's also one that you remember I was telling you about earlier how in the beginning your bigger room is more people, you have to divide and conquer because you just don't have all the whole skill set yet. What was great with that one is like on the songwriting song of that song, I was the only songwriter, so it was me and a track maker, and so that
What's a track maker?
so making like the drums, the bass line, so the writing of the lyrics and the melody, that was all me. And I just had my first song with BTS come out maybe a month or two before that came out.
What song was that?
That was We Are Bulletproof, The Eternal.
Okay.
And with that one, a ton of people were doing different parts on that one, right? But then with Tiger Inside, so people was like, okay, he got lucky, he got a BTS one, good for him. But then with Tiger Inside, people saw that it was like they saw the producer, the track maker, and then they saw me, and it was like, wait, Alex did that on his own? Holy shit. And then my inbox got flooded with all the labels. That because of that, I got to work with ATEEZ. That was what opened that door for me.
Okay.
Ultimately I have much bigger songs than that, but that it was because they saw my name there as the guy that did that, the whole songwriting, the rap, the melodies, the backing vocals, that was all me. And it just opened up so many doors because then it wasn't just, oh, Alex got lucky one with BTS. It was then, oh crap, he solo carried that one.
Yeah, I mean, luck is just where hard work meets opportunity.
100%.
And if you've been, grafting away, creating songs on very rudimentary instruments without like a knowledge of some of the instruments or the tools that you're using, but you're just there working away, it's gonna happen at some point,
Absolutely, and that was that. So that was definitely the turning point for me. And then from that, I got to start working with Enhypen, and I did. I don't even know how many songs I did for Enhypen.
Yeah, you've done quite a lot with them, actually.
Have I done 10? I've done over 10, I think, for them. And then off the back of Enhypen, and with ATEEZ when and that was just like right after. So I got to it went from getting Enhypen to go from being Hype's smallest band to I think now they're Hype's biggest band.
Yeah.
And then same thing. Then right after I was done working on the Enhypen stuff, I got into work with the ATEEZ stuff, and then kind of same journey there. Now so like two of the biggest K-pop bands, I got to just be part of their journeys to the top. And
meteoric growth, yeah.
It's been
so that could be attributed to partially to some of your actual writing.
Well, I got to see the songs and the impact they had from day one, and I got to it was really cool to just I don't know how big a part I played in there, but I feel like I played a part in the journeys for these bands, and that's just been so cool. I mean, I'm not done. We have a new ATEEZ album coming out in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So this is super excited to see like how far they go as well now. It's
How many members are there in ATEEZ? I know a lot more about Enhypen. Tell me more about ATEEZ.
Gosh, how many are there? I have to actually list the names. I don't like. This is I don't consume the music anymore. When I was starting off, I did so much research into everything. I knew the names of every idol in every band. I knew their birth years, who was the rapper, who was the singer, who was the leader, and who was the visual, all that stuff. And now once I moved here and I'm deeper in the industry, I don't have to do that anymore. So like now I have personal relationships with some of the people in these bands, and I don't necessarily pay attention to the entirety of it anymore. And part of it is just life has gotten better, and I don't have to grind as hard. The bit of the fire is not as large as it used to be, which is I'm thankful for. I sleep better at night. But then I can't tell you how many there are. I think there's 7 of them.
Okay. And you have a personal relationship with the group?
Well, no, not every member. So
okay,
like
with some of them.
But some of them, yeah, absolutely. And it's been one of those. There's a lot of them. I don't think anyone in this industry has a personal relationship with the entire band unless you're in house fully, right?
Yeah, but also like they're all individual people. It's hard
That's
to
the thing,
have
yeah.
like, oh, I need to visit member X on Monday, member Z on Tuesday. It's just not practical.
Absolutely. But with most of the bands I work with, I'll be close with 1 or 2 of the members, and then my communication line with these bands that goes through that member and their creative at the label side, and so I don't really hang out with them at night. Very rarely, I'll do dinner with someone, right? But typically it's just we're talking to Kakao. It's like, yo man, you want to work on something in this style? I'm like, oh, let's go, man.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily talk to the other members, and then they'll throw whatever we make into their group chat, and then the other members will check it out and talk. And this isn't like specific to ATs. This is just like all around, right?
Yeah.
And so but I don't really necessarily hang out with all of them. I'll like have one or two guys I hang out with a man, and that's kind of what I keep it to until we record, and then I'll meet them all and say hi. But that's like the only time I see them all is when we're recording or at the show.
I see. So you mentioned like you were the only writer who got attributed to that one song. What was the name of the song?
Oh, Tiger Inside.
Yeah. All right, good one. If you enjoyed that clip, here's a full-length pod right over here. Go ahead, smash that click. Yeah.